basically about the people that is responding to my call for action, which is basically, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? That's what I'm asking from you today. The only way that we'll win this is if we join together. There's no lying team, so I need all of your help. I need you to spread the word. I need you to network and help me out and pass the word around. I've got to begin by what I call the heroes section of my speech. I'm really lucky in my first campaign for city councilman. I met the most marvelous man that I've ever met in my life, and his name is Jack Kinsella. And Jack is a World War II veteran, and you can tell by the hat that he has on his head. I'm so proud of him. Matter of fact, hang on for this 1 second. One of the things that makes Jack so special is this list that I have in my hand. Jack hit the beaches at Normandy several years ago. He was in the first wave. The Mike boat that was next to him took a direct hit by an 88 millimeter fire from the Germans. He became an instant leader right there on the spot. He was in Remagen. He was in the Battle of the Bulge at Liège, where he took another 8 millimeter round, this time in the front of his body, and he took multiple shrapnel wounds as a result of that. And for that, he received the Purple Heart. And for that, he received 6 Bronze Stars. Presidential citation. Right, whoever said that. Presidential citation, the unit citation, the Purple Heart, the Battle of Normandy, the European Theater of Operation, Legion of Merit, Liberation of Paris and Europe, Battle of the Bulge, Purple Heart, as I mentioned, the Ardennes Forest, Featherington Forest, Liberation of Paris, Liberation of Belgium, the Siege of Bastogne, the Battle of the Remagen Bridge, and as I mentioned, 6 Bronze Stars representing the 6 major battles in World War II. If anybody wants to see what I want, yep, you can close myself. If you want to see a walking, talking hero, take a look at Jack Kinsella. Community activism, civic activism, and volunteerism. And if you're not from here and you move to Washington, one of the things that you notice right off the bat is one of the things that makes Washington really special. People get involved. Look at this. We've got 100 people in here, more or less. When I talk to Bill Miller, I'll say it was 1,000 people. Well, he did it with the Million Man March. I figured I can do it here. But anyhow, you know, this is what makes this city great. People get out to do stuff. They care about their community. I have another gentleman that I would like to point out this time. He's probably going to get a little irritated, but there was a guy that was born, and he had 11 brothers and sisters in 1936, and he was born in a very humble beginning. And I've got to know this gentleman really well, and he's taught me a lot of lessons in life, and he tells me a lot of jokes. We drink a lot of coffee, a lot of tea. And one of the things he was telling me the other day, he was telling me a joke about a guy that was complaining because he used to sleep forward to a bed. And he looked at them and he said, "You had a bed?" He's taught me some lessons in life. One of them is that pessimists see difficulty in every opportunity, but optimists see opportunity in every difficulty. He's taught me that each of us have a great inheritance, but it's up to us as individuals to go claim that inheritance. Bob Meyer, thank you so much. Some people want to know, why are you running for mayor? Good question. Hey, you know what? I have the same dreams that any other parent, or even if you don't have children, you have for your community. You want to leave this place a better place than what you found it. That's my number one reason for doing it. I want to leave Washington a better place for my children and their children's children. One of the other reasons that I jumped into the race is that I felt like there needed to be a wider field of experience in the race for mayor. And most importantly, you really have to enjoy giving back to your community. And particularly my wife, who's much quieter about it than I am, but she really gives a lot to the community as well. And she's been very supportive. And Corinne, thank you so much. of my goals. There was a Democratic strategist a long time ago under the Clinton administration that said it's about the economy, stupid. And that's probably, not probably, that is my #1 goal, is to bring jobs into this community. And in talking to Bernie Hillerman, Bernie told me, he said, whatever your platform consists of, it must also consist of taking care of the stuff that we built in this community, the infrastructure. And that infrastructure can be pretty wide-ranging. It can lead from the fire department to the police department, making sure that they're as well equipped as possible. The things that you never even think about. 110 miles of clay sewer line that's over 76 years old. Out of sight, out of mind. 60% of it is in some state of disrepair. And yet, we're not talking nearly enough about it. Those are the kind of things, the meat and potato issues that I want to talk about and address, hopefully when I become mayor. Now, as far as jobs go, we live in a global economy. It's a fact of life. My wife and I went down to St. Louis this morning, and on the way back, it hit me like a baseball bat upside my head. Over on my right, there was a big sign that must have been 50 feet tall and 100 feet wide. Does anybody want to guess what I saw?
Chrysler.
And what did it say on there? For sale, 5 million square feet. Why is that happening? Why are we losing our jobs? What's going on? I think those are tough questions, and those are questions that need to be answered. There's an evolution going on right now. There used to be a bird called the dodo bird. Anybody ever heard of it? It was an interesting creature. It was a bird, but it couldn't fly. It kind of looked like a duck, but it couldn't swim. And it really couldn't run very fast. And guess what? It couldn't adapt to its environment. What happened to that bird? Does anybody know where you can find one now? Washington, D.C. I took my punchline out of it. Chris is back there stirring it up for me. Yeah, that's right. They don't exist anymore. They went extinct because they could not adapt to their environment. And talking to Dick Odenberg, who's our economic developer, he said about 15 years ago the game changed in Washington and throughout America. And that game is the following. If you want industry to come into your city, and I don't like this, but this is the reality, folks, we're competing against every other city throughout Missouri and also throughout the United States of America, and also Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Japan, every other country around the world, India, you name it. We're competing against all of them.